Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Shield.com. This is the world's favorite place to go for podcasting and live streaming. It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Jeff Yergovich of R&A Motorsports. He's going to join us, talk about the Blue Oval and stuff that he's got.
Yeah.
Mars has This Week in Auto History. I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy. Along with Mike Out of This World Mars, we always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on our Saturday morning live program. By the way, if you're listening on a podcast, this show is recorded and done live. We do it live and then record it as we go along. And that's done on Saturday mornings, generally between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. on your live sources, including InWheelTime.com.
There's a bunch.
Yeah, and we also do it on Facebook.
Well, to that point, if you got another second, we need subscribers. If you want to subscribe to us, we'll send you some good information and keep you updated on what we're doing, where we're going,
and
why we're doing it.
we don't sell your information.
No, we don't do that. And if you don't subscribe, we're going to send Mike to your house, and he's going to make you breakfast. You don't want that. You don't want that.
You don't.
So subscribe.
Mike, if you were to make yourself your own breakfast, what would it be?
2 eggs, bacon, and some tomatoes.
Tomatoes?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That's what I have for breakfast. And some hot tea.
Okay. Yeah,
Except when I'm working.
Like this?
Yeah.
So what did you have this morning?
Nothing yet, but Jeff's got a box of donuts over there I'm going to have here shortly.
So, we went to Avalon Diner after the Chrome and Coffee last week, and the server, the waiter person said, "How do you like your eggs?" And I said, Fabergé. I like my eggs Fabergé. Yeah.
Nice touch.
We all do.
Yeah.
I wish that I could afford a Fabergé egg. Well, I actually held a Fabergé egg a long time ago, and it was in Hollywood, where the Fabergé store is.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, truly amazing. But at any rate,
Okay.
Alrighty.
Now that we've got that out of our way,
Subscribe.
let's talk to Jeff Yergovich, R&A Motorsports. Good morning, Jeff. How are you?
Whoops. Got to unmute, Jeff.
You got to unmute yourself so we can hear you. Did you unmute yet?
He's working on it.
He's working on it. Okay. There's mute.
There he is.
There's mute.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, I'm unmuted. That makes it a little bit better.
It does. It does. Where are you located?
I'm actually located in Arkansas, right outside Eureka Springs.
Oh.
Are you a Razorback fan?
I'm not, but I'm a Chiefs fan. Does that count for anything?
No, yeah. Well, it does, actually. Roll Tide. I mean, it's all I can say.
Boomer Sooner.
Go Blue.
Yeah. So at any rate, tell me about what you do over there. I understand that you're part of the Midwest Blue Oval Club. I got a feeling I know what the Blue Oval Club is. Something to do.
That's correct.
Something to do with a brand that starts with F.
Well, yes. That's we started the Blue Oval Club in 2014. We felt going to the car shows and putting money in the pocket of the person doing the show was not advantageous to what our group was trying to do.
What is your group trying to do?
Well, we were trying to donate back to the communities out of the car shows. So we created the Midwest Blue Oval Club as a 501c3. We're a nonprofit organization. We strictly try to do car shows in small towns and donate 100% of the proceeds back to the local charities.
Good for you. I commend you on that, sir.
So over the years, we've donated hundreds of thousands of dollars back to local communities and charities that helps them throughout. But in the meantime, we're having fun with the car shows that we put on and the people that come see us at the car shows.
And do you have any big car shows coming up, or are they all big to you?
Well, they're all big to us, but we do. We have one here in Eureka Springs, which it was a Mustang show that had been going on here for years and years. And the gentleman that was running it had health problems. And I took it over in 2014. Started running the show, and we built it up into a little bit bigger show. We now do about 3 to 4 days worth of cruises, events, sightseeing, road rallies, things of that nature. And then on Saturday we have a car show, and we get somewhere 200, 250 cars, all in a small little parking lot inside of Eureka Springs. It's quite cozy, and people really enjoy it.
Is it all limited to Ford Mustangs?
It's all limited to Mustangs and Ford-powered vehicles.
Gotcha. Okay. So, in other words, I could have a 38 Chevy with a Ford Coyote engine in it.
You could, and we would let you in. We're glad to take. Remember, we're nonprofit, so we don't get too picky on that. We'll still take your entry fee into the car show.
Yeah, and my Freakazoid car.
You'd be at the back of the line, but you could get in. You park over there, Don.
The best one we had come was I think it was a 76 Corvette with a Ford 289 engine.
Oh my God, that's sacrilegious, isn't it? Isn't that like
the opposite direction?
We all had to go look at it more than once. Just
No
to say
doubt.
that it really Ford engine in it.
Bizarro world there.
Yeah, I can only imagine the motor mount to transition from Chevy to
just
Ford.
the other way around.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a 58 whatever, and I'll drop a LS in it.
That's it.
Well, this is the start of our show season in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. If you've never been here, the roads are great. The driving, I want to say 1 million motorcyclists come here to drive the roads every year.
Where is Eureka Springs?
Is it near Hot Springs?
No, we are about 3.5 hours north of Hot Springs.
Okay.
We're basically, Eureka Springs is about 20 miles south of the Missouri border.
Okay.
Into Arkansas. It's the start of the, it's up by the Buffalo River.
Okay.
It's still the Ozarks, but it's the start of the Boston Mountains that run all the way down into Hot Springs.
Well, this is typically the most beautiful time of the year up there.
We're just getting a lot of pollen right at the moment, but I'm sure everything will be green soon enough.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the kickoff. The Eureka Springs show is the kickoff of our show season for the Midwest Blue Oval Club. We'll have this, and it's always the weekend after Memorial Weekend. So we have a lot of the town that helps us with hotel rooms and all the events that we can do because it's after one of their busiest weekends. And generally speaking, it's an odd town that we have a population of 2,071, but there's 2,600 hotel rooms in this town.
Well, obviously, it's a vacation destination.
It is. It's also, I think somebody told me once there's more marriages done in Eureka Springs than there is in Las Vegas.
Wow. You know, I've heard of Eureka Springs, but I didn't realize that it was only 2,000 people that call home there.
Yep, that's all we've got at the moment, and it's growing. We're getting a lot of influx coming into this area and we're across the lake from Bentonville, Rogers, Fayetteville.
So you got a Walmart city there.
We do. We have Walmart store number one.
Wow.
Do you really? Is that where it is? Oh, my God.
You're north of Joplin.
We are south of
Joplin.
South of Joplin. Okay.
Yeah, the northern Arkansas.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then speaking
northern Arkansas, really pretty area in Arkansas. It's not even, doesn't even feel like it's part of Arkansas just based on the mountainous that's here.
Jeff, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm actually retired now. You introduced me as R&A Motorsports, but that was when we were in Lee Summit, Missouri. I had that business for 20 plus years. And when the pandemic hit, we kind of slowed down a little bit. We decided to move to Arkansas. Now we're a subsidiary of R&A Motorsports. We are Yellowstone Mustang Ranch. And we are assembling and building Shelby Mustangs right now. And we have.
Wait a minute. I didn't. Are they still in business, Shelby Mustangs?
He is.
Well, I know that you are. Restorations or what?
These are all restorations, and we take a complete car and disassemble it and hand build every single piece from scratch. If we have to, or restore the actual piece that's there. I can give you a little heads up or a look here if I turn this.
Yeah,
around.
Please do.
All right, so here is the actual shop, and we tell people that we build your car on a piece of white carpet. Well, that's true because we can come and go out of your car without having shoes on and scratch up things coming and going as we build the car. This particular car is a 67 Shelby GT500. It had just come out of the paint shop. It is starting assembly right now. It's in a stage where the headliner goes in first, and then we work on the dash and the glass, assembling the car. It's completely apart. Pieces and parts are all laid out. where we can start assembling.
How long have you had the car? And is there a usual time frame that you do these complete restorations? Does it take years?
About 18 months, sometimes a little less, depending on how rough the car is. This is where parts are all cataloged, looked at. Here's a part that's been restored, but here's a part that hasn't been. So we start and clean all that stuff up. We've got the equipment. This is a parts tumbler where the parts are put in there, so they massage to look fresh and new, bare metal.
How big is How big is your shop,
parts
Jeff?
laid out that we've got to work on.
How many square feet you got there?
We're in a 40 by 70 facility, and this is just the assembly room, basically for the cars. We have a complete parts department, and then we have another storage facility across the street.
Wow, that's impressive.
How many folks you got working with you?
Me, myself, and I, all three of us.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh. You doing all this on your own?
I am. I have a little assistance that comes in every once in a while, but I've been doing this for quite a while. I'm pretty used to assembling and building cars. And it's the small parts that take a lot of time. For instance, here is a set of original power steering hoses, and I am duplicating them with new ink stamps and numbers. I could spend hours putting all that together.
What do you have, a cot in the back room that you just kind of live there?
Actually, it's my house too. So that's why I'm in a garage that's carpeted.
Oh my gosh. So you've got every car guy's dream to have a huge shop in the back. You go out there and quote unquote tinker and make a living at it.
Correct. I get cars in. This car's in from Arizona. It was purchased at an auction, and then it was sent here for me to do some detailed cleanup on it. It's got a lot of, from dirty exhaust to rusty drive shafts. And
we can't have that.
I've kind of put together, I've got a done car here, and this will give you an example of how nice a drive shaft looks.
Oh, yeah.
It's clean.
Looks brand new.
And the exhaust is all done properly with date codes, part numbers, all things of that nature that all goes into the car itself. This particular car was purchased and delivered to New York in March 27th of 1967. It was supposed to go to the New York Auto Show on April 1st. I have warranty paperwork on it that indicates they had a problem on March 28th where they had to rebuild the engine.
Oh,
this
wow.
particular car is a factory supercharged Shelby that they only made 28 of.
Wow.
It's a GT350. All the supercharged cars were GT350s. And so this car has an interesting life story where before it ever left the dealer, it got rebuilt.
My gosh. This is absolutely fascinating to me. I want to know more about you. How did you gain all of this knowledge in Mustangs?
Well, it started off in the early 70s where I was able to luckily enough, purchase a 68 Shelby for the measly sum of $3,500. And my parents told me I needed to exit the house because I had paid more money for my first car than they paid for their car. So I started cleaning it up and detailing it because it was a pretty original car. And I started taking it to shows in the early 70s, and people would ask me to take care of their car. So in turn, I'd buy Shelbys and clean them up and fix them, and I'd do them for other people. And it kind of became more of work than it was a hobby. So I started learning about the cars as I took them apart and put them together. And it just became more and more of a passion to learn as much as I could about these cars.
So I think we're going to change your name to Jeff Shelby Yergovich. Is that okay?
Well, Carol was a good friend of mine, but I shouldn't take his name.
Okay, well, and I respect that for sure. Well, absolutely stunningly beautiful work, Jeff. I mean, like all of us want to come up there and just sit around and watch you do your thing.
I get that happen every once in a while where somebody wants to come into the shop and say, can I just hang out and watch you for a while or learn? I get other restoration shops come to me and want to know how I can figure out how to restore certain parts. And I try to retain all the original parts on a car instead of just running out and buying a bunch of aftermarket parts to put on it. So you got to be somewhat thinking on how you're going to restore pieces and parts. I do a lot of carburetors. I do a lot of distributors for people. And I make them look like they're brand new out of a box when it's all said and done.
Jeff, what is your legacy going to be? Are you teaching the younger group of folks, the younger car builders, the younger auto enthusiasts through the schools or anything? Are you working with them to maybe take up where you leave off eventually?
That's my goal. I mean, everybody's told me I should write a book on what I know and what we.
You ain't got time to write no book.
You better get after it.
Yeah, I've got a young guy that took over his dad's Mustang business in Chicago, and he's a younger guy, and he comes down periodically and works with me for 2 or 3 days to learn what I am doing so he can apply it on. So I am teaching the younger generation to carry on what I'm doing when I'm gone.
Yeah.
So you have a website we can go to and check out all your stuff?
I do not have a website. Once I closed the main business down, I didn't renew any of that stuff to get up there and do it. Mainly word of mouth is how I get found, and that's kind of how you found me. I just don't publicize a lot of stuff. These cars are kind of expensive, and I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere here, and that's kind of the way people like my customers. I like it.
He's too busy to manage a website.
All right. Well, I know I got that, but I mean, he does so much work. I would imagine that, you probably got somebody that's chomping at the bit to run your website just to get close to you, what you do over there. So what is the name of your business?
The name of the business is Yellowstone Mustang Ranch.
Okay.
Yellowstone Mustang Ranch. You got that, Mars?
Yeah, I wrote it down. And he's got another, his event's going to be, we were talking about vacations earlier, his event's going to be the weekend after Memorial Weekend. But then he's got a buddy that's going to be on our show next week that's got an event the next week. So if you want to go on vacation for a week, you can actually make both of them. And then Labor Day weekend, Jeff is going to be at a big Shelby event that we're going to try and set up something to where we could talk to him from there, because they're going to actually give a car away. Aaron Shelby's going to be there and a bunch of people.
Well, perfect. I'm excited.
I'm also on the board of directors for the Mustang Club of America, and I'm also the assistant national head judge for all the Shelbys 65 to 70.
Wow.
So a fellow by the name of Randy Weldon.
Randy Weldon, really good. I was with Randy all weekend at the 60th in Birmingham, Alabama. I was helping run that event, and Randy was our spokesman on the microphone down at the track all day.
Yeah. Well, we just had him on recently.
Yeah. He said to tell you hi.
Yeah. We talked to Randy. We talked to Randy all the time. And listen, we're all jealous. We want to come see you. Yeah. And I can't think of a better place for you to be than Eureka Springs up there in Arkansas. And it is great to talk to you. Great to meet you. We love your business, and we want to stay in touch with you. You got anything new? Please reach out to us and let us know that you got something to talk about.
We'll have some time to talk about some of these cars particularly, and then when we get to the Shelby Collection Museum in Boulder, Colorado, you'll really enjoy that. I can take you on a tour. We actually have the Ken Miles GT40 there that he won Le Mans in.
Very nice. Very nice.
Cool.
Midwest Blue Oval Mustang Club. Jeff Yergovich, it's great to talk to you, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
You too. Golly.
I know.
Yeah. He tried to, when we were talking, he tried to go across the area there to some of his other buildings, but his internet wouldn't quite reach over. But it was enough that you could see all these valve covers. All these parts that he's accumulated over the years. It's just amazing.
Love that. Which, I wish I'd have zoomed in on that back when I was really, really, really into the drag racing thing. But, minds wander.
Yeah.
Especially mine.
You had to have something to grab you. And if it didn't grab you, then you were just letting it go.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com, and podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000 square foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. Want to feel good about something special you did for someone special? In Wheel Time and the original Lupe Tortilla group of Tex-Mex restaurants have joined together to help a very worthy cause, God's Garage, a Christian-based 501c3 charity. We know there are lots of places and organizations out there where you can donate a car, truck, or SUV, but we're asking you, our car enthusiast family, to consider donating to God's Garage. Visit godsgarage.org and learn about its mission, the women that have been helped, how each one is screened, and about their Restore You program. A car donation is an easy way to make a difference in the lives of others. God's Garage needs good operating vehicles, but will take all types in working and non-working condition. Make your heart and soul feel good by donating your gently used vehicle and help support single mothers, widows, and wives of deployed military at godsgarage.org. Jeff now has a commercial on Keels and Wheels.
28th annual Keels and Wheels. You can go to www.keels-wheels.com. Tickets are $30 in advance. Now, if you want to get them at the gate, they're $40. Students, they're $15, and then children under 12 are free. So bring the kids out. It's all good. You got 60 years of Mustang. You got 60 years of Donzi boats. You've got a lot of creative people doing their resto mod builders and things that are going to be there. We just had a couple on the air. The event is Friday, May 3rd, 7 a.m. It opens till 7 p.m. Saturday, May 4th, gates open to the public at 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. And then Sunday, May 5th, gates open to the public at 9 a.m. till 4. We will be there. Love to have you. Yep, yeah, absolutely. Come on down. There will be transportation from the parking lots to the event itself. There's plenty of parking around there and plenty of transportation.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Mr. Mars has our feature, This Week in Auto History.
All right.
I got to get it.
Well, I mean, you
go for it.
You talk about it there, Mr. Mars.
So this week in auto history, there's been some things going on here. The first production Packard, the
thing going
Packard
on
that hasn't been, it's been a while since you've seen a Packard, I'm sure. But a Model B Packard.
I actually have never been inside of a Packard.
Really?
No. You?
Yes.
You probably had one.
Not that one.
No. It was a long time ago, but I do remember being in the Packard.
Really?
It was considered a very luxurious car.
I was in Lori Brown's Hudson Hornet.
I bet you were.
And I was embarrassed to death because it was the ugliest car I'd ever seen in my entire life. It looked like a big bug, a big beetle.
Yeah. No, this Packard was pretty nice. But the first production Packard, a Model B, was shipped out this week in 1900 to a company official. George L. West actually got the first one. Also this week, the Los Angeles Motor Dome opened in 1910. Track was constructed entirely of wood, 2x4s, and had a big steep bank on it. There's actually another picture there, Jeff.
Coming up.
Yep. It's a 1 mile track, which surprised me that it was so big.
Wow.
But they were actually get up to where they would do 100 miles an hour on this wooden track.
What year was this?
This was in 1910 when it opened.
Well, that's when the year they discovered centrifugal force.
Yeah, exactly.
That and wood.
Yeah. So it got expensive to keep up the wooden track, Great Depression, and so it kind of ended all that and it went away. But also this week in 1955, German automaker Volkswagen actually created Volkswagen of America in New Jersey.
That's a cool shot.
That's when the Volkswagen came. They were importing some of them, but that was the Volkswagen of America. They were here to stay. Then in April of 1967, General Motors reaches the milestone of actually having 100 million cars produced in the United States.
Wow.
That particular car, the 100 millionth, was a 1967 Chevy Caprice. And the other thing was they were the first manufacturer to actually reach that milestone
I'll be darned.
creating 100 million cars.
And they were all recalled the next year.
That's it. Got some of the stories making automotive news headlines this week from the pages of Automotive News. NASCAR driver who crashed in a race last month and then threw his bumper cover at a rival's car as it sped by his picked up a new sponsor, a company that makes aftermarket bumpers.
That was very cool.
Video of Joey Gase throwing a piece of his wrecked Chevy Camaro SS at fellow driver Dawson Cram went viral after the Toyota Care 250 race in Richmond, Virginia, racking up millions of views online. Maybe you've seen it. Days after NASCAR assessed Gase a $5,000 fine, he signed a deal to make bumpers that deliver, the primary sponsor of his Ford Mustang Dark Horse in August. The company's logo already began appearing on the rear bumper of Gase's number 53 Mustang last week. Joey Gase's intense racing passion mirrors our dedication to delivering top-notch bumpers. Bumpers that deliver, which is based in Grand Rapids, Michigan, said in a statement. His unique bumper delivery last week showcases why we're thrilled to back Joey Gase Racing, the National Crime Prevention Council, and Donate Life. We are your go-to for premium replacement auto parts, offering convenience and quality directly to your doorstep.
Or your pit.
Bumper cover, which the race announcer said Gase hurled with pretty impeccable timing to land it directly on Cram's windshield, featured an ad for the National Crime Prevention Council. Gase also partners with Donate to Life to promote organ donation. I think it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was.
New vehicle inventory in the U.S. continued to climb in March and reached its highest point since December of 2020, according to Cox Automotive. Cox said inventory stood at 2,837,400, and the latest estimate, a 74-day supply.
Wow.
Remember, there were dealerships that had no cars on their lots during the pandemic, up slightly from the previous month. Year earlier is 1.9 million vehicles, a 35% year-over-year increase. Cox said inventory varied greatly based on sticker price. Vehicles that were $30,000 to $40,000 had the tightest supplies at 59 days. While the supply of vehicles priced under 20 stood at 66 days, vehicles between 20 and 30 had 67 days. So if you're looking for a new car, now's the time to go look on the lot because they got them full.
Yep.
And speaking of that, Ford Motor Company slashed prices of its electric F-150 Lightning pickup truck as much as 7.5% as the automaker prepares to resume deliveries this month following a halt earlier this year over an undisclosed quality issue. Not going to tell you. Price cuts put in place April 5th. Partially reverse hikes in January as Ford was reducing production of its signature electric vehicle by half and eliminating a shift of workers. The biggest reduction of $5,500 is on the Flash extended range model, now starting at $67,995, the automaker said. The only problem with that is good luck in trying to find a fast charger on the public grid anywhere in the city of Houston. 2.5 hours it took me to go to find, after 3 days of looking, a fast charger. And where did I find it? Pasadena, behind a Chase Bank building on Spencer Highway. Are you kidding me? No. I'm sorry.
Was the guy back there? Hey, you want to buy some electricity?
No, but
was he wearing a trench coat?
There were a couple of other people back there charging too. Took about 30 minutes, got 80% charge. Enough of that story.
Enough of it.
Tired of it. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for a quick break. You're on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show, streaming and podcasting around the planet. Look for us on your favorite provider.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggie Land? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana, stop in at the Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants invite you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.